and by the contributing members of WFUM. WFUM presents High School Challenge, the varsity sport of the mind. Now here's your host, Jim Gaver.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to High School Challenge, a terrific game in store for us tonight, so let's meet our players right away, shall we? First, from Fenton High School, we have Bob Burgess. Bob's a sophomore, a member of the Computer Club and Quiz Bowl, plans to attend either GMI or U of M and major in computer or electronic engineering. Michelle Primo is a sophomore at Fenton. Her interests include newspaper staff. She's a writer for the Flint Journal, involved with drama, and is secretary of the South Lakes Youth Advisory Committee. Plans to attend the University of Michigan or MSU, where she'll major in English, communications, or journalism. Captain of the Fenton team is Dan West. Dan is a senior, active in National Honor Society and Boy Scouts. College hopes are Rose Holman Institute of Technology, where he'll study chemical engineering. And rounding out the Fenton team is Andre Garakanian. Andre is a senior at Fenton, a National Merit semifinalist, president of the National Honor Society, involved in drama and student council, hopes to attend Harvard, Princeton, or Yale, where he'll study economics. And that's our team from Fenton. The Fenton team is coached by Robert Kuzma and Lisa Stewart. Alternates are Marie Russell, Katie Dexter, Pete Ponzetti, and Eric Wasson. They will take on the team from North Branch High School, and there we have Jacob Allen. Jacob's a senior, National Merit semifinalist, enjoys computer programming, undecided on a college, but will go into computer engineering. Ryan Arthold is captain of the North Branch team. Ryan's a senior, enjoys cross-country, track, chess, line soccer, tennis, and is also a member of the National Honor Society. He's looking at Duke or the University of Michigan to study engineering. Grant Anderson is a senior. Activities include senior class president and student council president. Plans on attending the Marine Corps and eventually be an officer in the Marines. And Bob Peplinski is a sophomore in North Branch. Bob enjoys playing golf, chess, tennis, and table tennis. Unsure about college right now and still looking at possible career tracks. Those are the members of the team from North Branch High School. Team is coached by Gordon Winther, Clint Hoagland, Kara Kohler, and Walter Pulowski are alternates. Bill Deacon is our judge for High School Challenge from Genesee Intermediate School District. And our scorekeeper, timekeeper for today's game is Luke Taylor. Okay, teams, we're ready to begin. Here are your rules for round one. I'll ask you a series of questions worth 10 points each. The player buzzing first may answer when I recognize you. If you're correct, your team gets the 10 points. If you're incorrect, the other team gets a shot at the same question. Remember, you may interrupt me at any time I'm asking a question. There's no point penalty if you're incorrect. However, at that point, I'll repeat the entire question for the other team. There's the bell for round one. Good luck. Here we go. It's the only South American country that borders both Chile and Uruguay. What, Dan Fenton?
Argentina.
That's correct. These short poems are only 17 syllables and Andre Fenton.
Haiku.
That's correct. Your arm is one. Bob Fenton.
Phalange.
That's incorrect. Your arm is one, a wheelbarrow is one, a crowbar is one. What is this simple machine which consists of a rigid beam and fulcrum? North Branch, Bob.
A lever.
A lever is correct. Sorry about that, Bob. Here's your next question. It regulates products worth more than $500 billion annually, from canned vegetables. Andre Fenton.
The FDA.
That's acceptable. Only 14 original handwritten copies were produced in 1790, and Georgia, Pennsylvania, New York, Andre Fenton.
The Constitution.
That's incorrect. Only 14 original handwritten copies were produced in 1790, and Georgia, Pennsylvania, New York, Maryland, and North Carolina can't find theirs. What are these 10 amendments to the Constitution called? Ryan, North Branch.
Bill of Rights.
Bill of Rights is correct. Summer, winter, spring, or autumn. In what season is a Taurus born? Ryan, North Branch.
Spring.
Spring is correct. On violins, it's a prong damper attached to the bridge. In trumpets, a wooden Ryan North Branch.
Mute.
Mute is the correct answer. Taken from the Greek word for image, it originally referred to a picture of a saint or others. Bob North Branch.
Icon.
Icon is correct.
Okay.
He is the only major league pitcher to throw 7. Andre Fenton.
Nolan Ryan.
Nolan Ryan is correct. Wires are attached to the patient's chest, arms, and legs in order to pick up patterns of Bob North Branch.
Electrocardiograph.
That's an acceptable answer. It breeds lilacs out of the dead land, mixing memory and desire, stirring dull roots with spring rain. According to T.S. Eliot's The Ryan North Branch.
April.
April is correct. This tough connective tissue can be found in your ears. Ryan North Branch.
Cartilage.
Cartilage is correct. After years of legal wrangling, audio equipment manufacturers and the recording industry reached a compromise which allowed DAT machines to be Bob North Branch.
Digital audio tape.
That's the correct answer. Officially divided in 1949, it was reunited in the 1960s. Dan Fenton.
Germany.
That's incorrect. Officially divided in 1949, it was reunited in the 1967 Six-Day War. If you travel there, you can visit the Arab market in the Muslim section, the Damascus Gate, the Dome of the Rock, and the walled Old City. What city is this? Ryan North Branch. Jerusalem is correct. She was 6 feet tall, weighed 175 pounds, and was known to pack a mean hatchet from time to time. Andre Fenton.
Carrie Nation.
Carrie Nation is correct. Iago uses a handkerchief. Ryan North Branch.
Macbeth.
That's incorrect. Iago uses a handkerchief to convince him that his wife Desdemona has been unfaithful. Although she is innocent, he kills her. Who is this Shakespearean title character? Fenton. Andre.
Othello.
Othello is correct. Prime Minister Benjamin Disraeli, trumpeter John Burks Gillespie, and St. Louis Cardinals pitcher Andre Fenton.
Dizzy.
Dizzy is the answer I needed. Also called Denali, or the Great One, Jacob North Branch.
Mount McKinley.
That's the correct answer. James Fenimore Cooper's Leatherstocking Tales include 5 novels. What is the real name of the character? Dan Fenton.
Natty Bumpoo.
That's correct. The Peach Orchard, The Devil's Den, Little Round Top, Dan Fenton.
Gettysburg.
That's correct. The shin bone is the tibia. What's the knee bone? Ryan North Branch.
Patella.
Patella is correct. Grant Wood's American Gothic may be the most familiar American painting. Just how familiar is it? For example, what is the farmer holding? Ryan North Branch.
Pitchfork.
A pitchfork is correct. It's a geometric solid. The 2 ends are identical parallel polygons. The sides are all parallel. Ryan North Branch.
Cube.
It's incorrect. It's a geometrical solid. The 2 ends are identical parallel polygons. The sides are all parallelograms. What kind of an object is it? Michelle Fenton.
Prism.
Prism is the correct answer. In German, it's Luftpost. In French, it's Paravion. Ryan North Branch.
Airmail.
Airmail is correct. Published in Published in 1794, the full title of the complete work is Songs of Innocence and Ryan North Branch.
The Lamb.
That's incorrect. Published in 1794, the full title of the complete work is Songs of Innocence and Experience, shewing the 2 contrary states of the human soul. Who wrote these songs? Time's up. William Blake is the correct answer. The British East India Company smuggled it into China in the Ryan North Branch.
T.
That's incorrect. The British East India Company smuggled it into China in the 1780s. In 1839, when the Chinese government tried to outlaw it, England went to war. Andre Fenton.
Opium?
Opium is correct. According to this theory, the universe began as a Bob North Branch.
Big Bang.
Big Bang is correct. In the United States, there are only 2 spiders whose bites are poisonous to human beings. One of them is the black widow. Andre Fenton.
Brown recluse?
That's correct. Some of us are familiar with the first commandment, but according to the book of Genesis, what was God's first command? Andre Fenton.
Let there be light?
That's correct. Robert Fulton actually christened it the North River Steamboat. Jacob North Branch.
The Claremont.
The Claremont is the correct answer. And behind that was the buzzer, and so that's going to bring us to the end of our exciting first round of play. North Branch is on top. Fenton, that means you get the first crack at round 2. That's our lightning round. I'm about to give you your choice of 3 categories. Once you've selected, you'll have 60 seconds to answer up to 10 questions in that category. Remember, you may consult during this round, and you don't have to buzz in, but I'll only be accepting the answer of Dan as the team captain. If you don't know an answer, you must say pass before I continue. You'll score 10 points for each correct answer. We'll give you a 20-point bonus if all 10 are correct. Once your 60 seconds is up, Fenton, North Branch, you'll have 30 seconds to answer any of the questions they failed to answer. Then you'll choose from the remaining 2 categories, and we'll repeat the process. Fenton, your choices for this game are cats, cooking with capital C, or a couple of couples.
A couple of couples.
Okay, history is full of famous couples, from Caesar and Cleopatra to Bill and Hillary. For 10 points each, we'd like you to provide the first names of these famous couples. First names. Here we go. We begin with number 1, the first president and the first lady.
George Washington and Martha.
That's correct. The last Tsar and Tsarina of Russia.
Nicholas and... Pass.
He was Nazarite. She was a woman of the Philistines.
Samson and Delilah.
Correct. The second oldest college in the United States, founded in...
William and Mary.
That's correct. Emperor and Empress of France from 1804 to 1809.
Pass.
First name of dancing couple in Top Hat and Swing Time.
Fred and Ginger.
Fred and Ginger.
Correct. The Roman general and Egyptian queen in Shakespeare's play.
Anthony Cleopatra.
Antony and Cleopatra.
Correct. Her last name was Parker. His was Barrow. They robbed banks.
Bonnie and Clyde.
Bonnie and Clyde.
Correct. He was the 5th of Castile and Leon. She was the 1st of Aragon.
Ferdinand and Casabella. Isabella.
That's acceptable. First husband and wife team to win a Nobel Prize. The Curies.
Pierre and Mary.
Pierre and Marie.
That's correct. And that's all 10. We'll give you 8 for 8 correct, or 80 points rather. North Branch, 30 seconds set on the clock. And we turn to you. First, the last Tsar and Tsarina of Russia.
Nicholas and Alexandria.
Correct. Emperor and Empress of France from 1804 to 1809.
Napoleon and Josephine.
That's correct as well. So all 10 are answered, and now we turn to you, North Branch. You may select between cats and cooking with a capital C.
Cats.
I don't know cats.
What?
Cooking up to right, cook.
We'll go with cats.
Okay, Cats is a popular musical. It's also the clue to your answer here. For 10 points each, identify these people, places, and things whose names begin with C-A-T.
People. Places.
Here we go. We begin with number 1. It can increase the speed of a chemical reaction.
Catalyst.
Correct. It's a play by Tennessee Williams.
Cat on a hot tin roof.
Correct. For Henry VIII, Aragon, Howard, or Parr.
Catherine.
Correct. A psychotic state characterized by a rigid body.
Kid.
Catastrophe.
No. Catatonic.
Correct. The setting for Dirty Dancing, mountains in southeastern New York.
Catskills.
Correct. Churches seen at Canterbury, Rouen, and
Cathedrals.
Correct. A manual of religious doctrine, often in question and answer form.
Catechism.
Correct. It's a CRT used in a television or computer monitor.
Cathode ray tube.
Correct. An ancient military machine.
Catapult.
Catapult.
Correct. Historian of the Civil War, author of A Stillness at Appomattox.
Catton. Bruce Catton.
Catton.
That's 10 out of 10. Nicely done. A lot of points to total up here. 100 for 10 out of 10. And, of course, the 20-point bonus will go to North Branch. We'll get all those totals together and be back for some extra credit right after this.
The University of Michigan in Flint Summer Institute for Talented Students is June 19th through June 29th. This program is for academically talented students in the 5th through 10th grades. Drawing on the arts, sciences, and humanities, students will design and create projects under the guidance of university faculty and high school teachers of the gifted. The computer lab, library, and video equipment is available to students for work on their projects. So if the adventure is calling, bring along your wits and your imagination and get ready to investigate the rhythms of our world, its people, and nature. For more information, call Paul Peterson of the University of Michigan in Flint at area code 810-762-3380.
This is viewer-supported WFUM, Flint.
Welcome back, everybody. We've got a good one going here. North Branch is still on top, but anything can happen here, teams. This is extra credit. Remember, you'll be answering 10-point toss-ups for the right to an additional question for 10 points of extra credit. Remember, you may consult on the extra credit questions only. Next time you hear our signal, it will signal the end of play. At that point, we'll continue the extra credit cycle on that particular question all the way to conclusion. Good luck, and here we go with your first toss-up. They include the Great Glen, which runs from Inverness south to Fort William, and the northern districts of Sutherland and Caithness. What is this scenic region of Scotland? Time's up. The Highlands is what I need. You've been ordered to take a secret document to the exalted chief Daldnoff, who lives a few miles past Jupiter. If you travel from Earth to Jupiter at the speed of light, how long will the chief have to wait? Would it be 33 minutes, 33 days, 33 weeks? Ryan, North Branch.
33 minutes.
That's correct. North Branch, this is your extra credit. It's called the First State because it was the first to ratify the Constitution in December 1787. What small state is it?
Delaware.
That's correct. Next toss-up teams, Dean Witter Financial Services, Coldwell Banker Real Estate, and the Discover Card are all Andre Fenton.
Steers Roebuck.
That's correct. Fenton, this is your extra credit. In the same week that the United States exploded an atomic bomb in the Pacific, a dancer named Micheline Bernardi wore the first one of these in public. What was this small contribution to culture named for the Pacific island where the atomic test was held?
Bikini.
Bikini is the correct answer. This is a toss-up. The 19th century German philosopher developed the ideas of absolute idealism and the dialectic ideas which greatly influenced Karl Marx. Who was this philosophical ancestor of Marxism? Ryan, North Branch.
Kant.
That's incorrect. You may take it, Fenton. Time's up. They can't answer it either. Thought I'd throw in a little humor. Hegel is the answer. Here's your next toss-up. If you were doing some house repairs, you might use putty, chalk, plaster of Paris, and lime. If you were a chemist, you might know that putty, chalk, plaster of Paris, and lime are all compounds of the same... Ryan, North Branch.
Calcium carbonate.
That's incorrect. If you were doing some house repairs, you might use putty, chalk, plaster of Paris, and lime. If you were a chemist, you might know that putty, chalk, plaster of Paris, and lime are all compounds of the same element. Which element is it? Dan, Fenton.
Calcium.
Calcium is the correct answer. Vivian Leigh, this is extra credit. Vivian Leigh won the 1951 Academy Award for playing this role, the fated Southern Belle in A Streetcar Named Desire. Who is this Tennessee Williams heroine? I'll need an answer, please. No answer? Blanche Dubois is the answer. Here's your next toss-up. Although they've now gone their separate ways, it seems only yesterday that Prince Charles and Lady Diana were married in this London church. Andre Fenton.
Westminster Abbey.
Incorrect. Although they've now gone their separate ways, it seems only yesterday that Prince Charles and Lady Diana were married in this London church, the official parish church of the British Commonwealth. What is this London cathedral built between 1675 and 1771? Grant, North Branch.
St. Paul's.
St. Paul's is correct. Your extra credit, North Branch. Dracula has made Transylvania famous. In which European country is Transylvania now located? That's the correct answer. Toss-up teams, Serbia, Bulgaria, and other European nations fought 2 wars in 1920. Jacob, North Branch.
The Balkan Wars.
That's the correct answer.
Yeah.
Your extra credit, North Branch. They first appeared together in 1940 in Puss Gets the Boot. In the 55 years since, they've never spoken to each other, but they've played cat and mouse through more than 100 cartoons. Who is this animated duo? That's the correct answer. Toss-up teams. It's a common carbohydrate formed in leaves from carbon dioxide and Bob, North Branch.
Glucose.
That's incorrect. It's a common carbohydrate formed in leaves from carbon dioxide and water during the process of photosynthesis. It's found in potatoes, spaghettis, and shirts. What is this, or Michelle Fenton?
Starch.
Starch is the correct answer. Your extra credit, Fenton. Originally a North American Indian word meaning talk or counsel, it now refers to a political group that plans policies and picks candidates. It's also the last name of a character in Gary Trudeau's Doonesbury. What's the word?
Caucus.
Caucus is correct. Here's your next toss-up teams. In addition to his one novel published in 1951, he has written stories such as Raise High the Roof Beam Carpenters, and A Perfect Day for Banana Fish. Ryan, North Branch.
J.D. Salinger.
Correct answer. North Branch, your extra credit. In December 1944, as the armies of Patton, Bradley, and Montgomery were poised to assault the Rhine River, Adolf Hitler sent 500,000 troops through a weakly defended gap in the Ardennes region of Belgium and Luxembourg. What was this last gasp battle of World War II called?
Battle of the Bulge.
That's the correct answer. This is another toss-up, teams. A hybrid of the clarinet and oboe. It comes, Bob, North Branch.
English horn.
That's incorrect. A hybrid of the clarinet and oboe. It comes in 8 varieties, including the B-flat soprano, the E-flat alto, the B-flat tenor, and the B-flat baritone. Bob Fenton.
Saxophone.
Saxophone is the correct answer. Your extra credit, Fenton. It was called the Great East River Bridge when it opened in 1883 because it crossed the East River from Manhattan to the borough that gave it another name.
Brooklyn.
That's the correct answer. Here's your next toss-up. The people of Mexico know this 1,900-mile-long river as the Rio Brave del Norte. Ryan, North Branch.
Rio Grande.
Rio Grande is correct. To the nearest 1,000 miles, North Branch, what is the circumference of the Earth at the equator?
25,
Would it,
20.
We didn't decide.
We're
would it
discussing.
be 12,000, 25,000, or 33,000 miles?
25,000.
That's the correct answer. Your next toss-up, teams. The Wizard of Oz begins and ends in Kansas. In what nearby state do the adventures of Huckleberry... North Branch, Jacob.
Missouri.
Missouri is correct. There are, we assure you, North Branch, more than 501 of them, 501. What are these chains of nucleic acid located on the chromosomes of the nucleus of the cell?
I think there are only 29 of
No,
them.
I don't think. Like nucleotides or something.
Answer.
Nucleotides.
It's incorrect. Genes is the correct answer. Here's your next toss-up, teams. Snakes, dragons, frogs, Ryan, North Branch.
Serpents.
That's incorrect. Snakes, dragons, frogs, fish, and birds can all be made using the techniques of origami. What materials used in this ancient Dan Fenton?
Paper.
Paper is the correct answer. All kinds of bells and buzzers there, but Fenton, you do get the final extra credit. It was established in 1233 by Pope Gregory IX and lasted until 1965 when it was replaced by the Congregation for the Doctrine of Faith. What was this religious court for suspected heretics? I'll need an answer, please.
The Inquisition.
That's correct. And that will bring our game to an end. A very well played game, over 700 points scored. Congratulations to both teams. North Branch, you'll be back. Fenton, good luck in your other competitions throughout the year, and congratulations on a fine season here at High School Challenge this year. We will be back as well. Until I'm Jim Gaver. Have a good evening.